Welcome, everyone, to the Oxford Wildcat Stadium, where your Wildcats take on the Adams Highlanders. Some of you know that I went to Rochester, so I want this win more than anybody here. Well, maybe not anybody, but the Wildcats come in at 3-2. Adams comes in looking for another big win. They just beat Lake Orion last week, 28-25. But as you know, the Rochester Falcons fell to us last week as well, 28-10. So we've got our own kind of chip on our shoulder as we come into tonight. Perfect night for football. Absolutely perfect weather. Couldn't ask for a better night. Wildcats are going to come in with their usual pound and ground game, I would assume, as they always do. Then you're going to have our the Highlanders come in with a spread offense, a 3-5 defense. And the key to this is going to be us getting to the edge on the run. Nothing in between the tackles. The linebackers are extremely good for the Highlanders. The offensive side of things for the Wildcats, they're going to be able to exploit the cover 3 defense that Adams runs with their seam routes. Look for Dean Rice. Look for Jay Cady up the seam, down the sidelines for some big hitting plays. It's going to be a great night. Can't wait for you guys to join us on Oxford Community Television.
At this time, we would like to ask everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Oxford Wildcat Stadium. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Oxford Community Television YouTube live stream. Brought to you by, of course, Barron Industries. Barron, been around for over 100 years. We can't do what we do here without their sponsorships, and we greatly appreciate them. Coming in tonight's game, of course, we have the Adams Highlanders, coached by Tony Trio. In there since 2003, so before my time in high school. But they are a very tough-looking team. Coming in with a 4-2 record, beat some key components in key opponents in the OA Red. West Bloomfield to be one of them. Watched some film on them, and it was a very tight game. We have them next week, so be able to take a lesson out of their book as to how they made a win happen. Havelock back to receive the first kick from Adams and get this thing underway.
Daniel Seymour to kick for the Highlanders.
Kickoff with Pavlock to receive. He's got open lane, one man to beat. The kicker pushed out at the 30-yard line. A phenomenal start to this game. Wow, amazing start to this game. It's gonna be a dogfight of a game, that's for sure. Jack Hendricks, our general of our team, out with the play call. I formation, unbalanced, tight ends shift over to the right. Dean Rice and Katie. Hands off to Luke Johnson for a gain of about 2.
Luke Johnson, the ball carrier for the Wildcats. Szymanski on the tackle, second down.
Brings up second down. Yep, Anderson Krupa checking in. Experienced some technical difficulties, and seems like there's always something, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to get locked and loaded here. Around the edge, Johnson has a lane and brought down at the 22-yard line.
Brought down by Nolan Ferris.
Oxford Community Television brought to you by Barron Industries. Barron Industries been around for 100 years. 100 years, quite impressive to say the least. Carpenter down and closest to the bottom of your screen. Champagne lined up on the weak side of the formation, lowering his shoulder to gain about 1. Will bring up 3rd and long.
Brought down by Dominic Ricardo, second down. Timeout on the field.
1 injured Wildcat down on the field. You can see the football team with some pink attire on. It is pink out night to night. Great to see some support for our breast cancer awareness, breast cancer survivors out there. Good to see him up under his own power, of course. Going to be limped off. Hopefully, we are able to get him back in the game.
Second down and 9.
I formation, twins set to the bottom of your screen. Katie motions in. Play action played by Hendricks. He escapes out of the pocket. Chooses a short throw to Luke Johnson. Reception, but that's going to be a loss of yards and bring up a 3rd and 10.
Ellie Carpenter on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
Third and long here. Expect to see some sort of, I would assume we're going to put it in the hands of our phenomenal running back, Luke Johnson, or this may be where we have that quick hitting play, rollout play to Katie. Decides to keep it, and he is going to come up just short, or should say about 3 yards short, unfortunately.
Hubbard and Mateo on the tackle.
Going to bring up 4th down, which will be Mr. Katie to kick. Essentially a chip shot for him, as he's made it from over 50 yards away before. In warm-ups, you can see him practicing around the 50, 55-yard mark. It's absolutely incredible. The snap, the hold, the kick is up and through to give us the lead of 3-0. Adams coming in to visit off of a impressive win against Lake Orion, who, as you all know, we've had their number this year. Was able to get a great win out of it. Huge, huge win.
With a 12-1-5 record, the team will now prepare for the MHSAA districts, which will take place during the week of October 14th. Those games will be played at Davidson High School. We wish continued success to our Wildcat soccer team.
Wildcats set to kick off. Back deep for Adams, number 26, Matt Tokner. And number, hard to see, I want to say 2, Cameron DeWood.
And Cam Dawood to return.
Squib kick. Got to be retrieved by Cameron DeWood with a slew of Wildcats right there to meet him at the 28-yard line, where we will get to see Rylan Waters come out and command his offense for the first time tonight. Junior, so that means we get to see him next year too if we happen to draw Adams as a away game opponent, because it switches every year. Comes in at 6'3", 210. 6'3", 210 as a junior. Think he's got a little bit more time to grow, potentially. Hopefully not, for our sake. We're going to see a lot of spread offense from the Adams Highlanders. Some great runs, too, in between the tackles with the small guy, Mateo Hubbard. But don't let his size fool you. He is quick as he makes it around the edge there for a gain of about 4 yards. Comes in at all of 5'9", but 200 pounds. He's a little ball of muscle. Wildcats in their 4-3 defense, adjusting to this spread offense here of the Highlanders. Expect to see some jet motion or jet sweeps around the edges in these spread offenses here of the Highlanders. A sweep to number 24, Paxton Battershell. What a name. Senior also plays corner for them, so he plays both sides of the ball. Big third down here. 3rd and short. Rylan Waters getting the play call in. It's going to be a give to number 16. I'm sorry, 26 rather. Topner. Brings up a new set of downs for Adams Highlanders. 1st and 10. You have Lack Tillotson at the bottom of your screen. Slight mismatch between him and Mr. Pavlak down here. Comes to height. Short pass, but met immediately by Liam O'Neill. Short game of about 2 yards, but absolutely textbook for Liam to come up, put his foot in the ground, and lay the hammer down. Second and about 8 here with 5.5 minutes to go in the first. Run up the side here across the way for about a 25-yard gain by Hubbard. Kid is an absolute animal.
That'll be a first down for Adams.
Again, we're having some technical issues with live streaming tonight. Doing our best to kind of work through that. Got a smaller crew tonight and just not able to work through it. Maybe something we can get through during halftime. Nolan Ferris at QB tucked it and gained a handful of yards, but Dean Rice Nolan Ferris still under center. Not really sure if maybe Mr. Waters got hurt or if it's just the game plan tonight to show. You have Paxton Battershell and Mateo Humbert in the backfield. And that is exactly where they go. Hand it off to Mateo Humbert and gain of about 10 will bring up another set of yards and almost into the Wildcat red zone. Motion out of the formation is Tommy Offer. Twins left. Handoff again to the Mighty Mouse.
Reese Wiskowski on the tackle. 2nd down.
Adams 2nd and 6. Again, handoff to Mateo, but number 24, Andrew Barrett.
That brings up 3rd down.
very close with the extra push there. I believe he did get enough for the first down.
The result of the play is a first down.
First and 10, not quite first and goal, but first and 10. Nolan Ferris at command of the Highlanders offense. Great read by, of course, Luke Johnson and Dean Reese to bring a tackle for a loss of about a yard and a half, maybe we'll call it 2. Another loss. Big third down here. Nolan Ferris again in the backfield. Tommy offered a motion out to Trips far left. Rolled out here. Ball is in and out of the hands of Lack Tillotson. We'll bring up fourth down, and looks like the kicking unit's going to come on.
Eli Carpenter and Pavlak on the breakup. Fourth down.
Black Tillotson, who just missed the pass to hold. The kick is up and good.
Kick is good. Ties the score at 3.
I believe that was Daniel Seymour on the kick.
League matches at Berkeley on Tuesday evening. Those matches will be at 5:30 for the freshmen and JV and 7 o'clock for the varsity. We wish the best to our volleyball team. Congratulations to the Oxford girls swim and dive team on defeating.
Well, of course, say thank you to our sponsors tonight, Barron Industry. Barron been around for over 100 years in our lovely town of Oxford. Thank you so much, Barron, for sponsoring tonight's stream. Greatly appreciate it.
Padlock O'Neill and Champaign back to receive the kick.
With just a few steps, Champaign all the way back and actually steps out, unfortunately, at the 10-yard line. Not the greatest field position you want.
Champaign out of bounds, Wildcat ball, 1st and 10.
We're doing our very best to try to get things back up and running for you. Luke Johnson on the carry, a gain of actually no gain. Brought back to about the line of scrimmage, roughly.
Curry on the tackle. That's the end of our first quarter. Your score, 3-3.
Barron Industries, located right here in Oxford, Michigan, is celebrating over 100 years of metal casting excellence in serving many of the world's leading manufacturing companies that rely on Barron Industries for turnkey solutions for many of the most complex and safety-critical industries. Since 1983, Barron Industries has been a trusted partner to the world's leading aerospace and defense companies. Barron Industries, proud sponsor of Oxford Football.
Hey, this is former Detroit Lion Rob Rubik and former Lapeer, Michigan school teacher. You're currently watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television. Enjoy it.
At the end of the first quarter, we are tied 3-3. Oxford comes out in a 4-wide, or trips, to the right. Luke Johnson in the motion, he's got space. A sidestep gets him a gain of about 14, maybe call it 15 yards. New set of downs for the Oxford Wildcats. Hendricks under center and gives to Tabert. He's got a bit of room to the outside and is tackled right at the yard marker, or the first down marker rather. And they're going to give it to him. Now trips bunched to the opposite side, but Tabert with the handoff, or Hendricks to the handoff to Tabert, who's still driving, gain of about 6.
Seth Tabert on the carry, second down. Brought down by Schaefer of the Highlanders.
Brings up second and short. Unbalanced look with Carpenter in the motion, but they're looking for the seam route of Dean Rice, and it is caught. Gain of about 35 yards down the sideline by Dean Rice. We saw that play against Lake Orion. Went for a touchdown, though. Adams just did a much better job of reading that play in their cover 3 defense.
The 24th Street Wildcat, first down.
Brings up first down and 10 at the Adams 31-yard line. Champagne split out wide right. Carpenter back in motion again. They're looking for Dean Rice across the middle and is thrown just behind him. And thank goodness, too, because number 5, Tommy Offer at his linebacker position probably would have picked that. Katie and Krupa checking in. Hendricks coming into the huddle with the play. Ooh, that's going to be false start, unfortunately, on Katie. He put his hand down just before the snap. Unfortunately, because he was not set, it's going to be false start.
Legal shift.
It is going to be an illegal shift, unfortunately.
Previous play is declined.
Previous. It was going to be second and a bit longer than 10 yards. Adams, however, declines the penalty. Trips right. Dean Rice closest to the formation. Carpenter and Pavlock to finish it out. 5 wide here. Hendricks out of the shotgun. He looks right. Getting pressure from his left. Is able to roll out. Decides to throw it away to make sure it is incomplete with no chance of interception. Extremely smart play. Not really sure where his first read was. It was a little bit difficult to kind of follow that. But that'll bring up 4th and 9, which means Mr. Katie, a.k.a. Jason Hansen, is going to come out. This is going to be a 47-yard attempt to potentially put the Wildcats up. The hold, the snap, the hold. The kick is up, and it is good, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible, 47 yards. 47 yards as a high school kicker, let alone a college kicker, is rather impressive. Not necessarily impressive, I guess, in the NFL, but at this level, folks, it is extremely impressive. He committed to Northwood University just a few weeks ago, so we get to see him play on Saturday. It's going to be awesome to see yet another Wildcat out there playing on Saturday night, or maybe day. I know Brody Moore is out playing, I want to say, for Adrian. You got Sean Wilson playing over at MIT. Ian Jones over at Hope College on the other side of the state. Just so cool to see our Wildcats go on and play at the next level. Katie back to kick. His hand raised as a sign to the ref that he is good to go. The run up, the kick is deep into the end zone. Of course, actually completely out of the end zone.
Ends up in Lower Oxford, 1st and 10.
JR says that kick ended up in Lake Orion, or as he said, Lower Oxford. Gotta love a little crosstown rivalry.
MHSAA regional on Wednesday of next week, October 10th at Clarkston High School. The match will begin at 9 a.m.
Have, again, number 56, Phillips, who was a huge contributor in her first game against Harper Woods, have not seen him suit up since. So something happened in between that game and tonight to not allow him to. Adams' first look at kind of that wing tee known offense that Coach Petrito brought in. Handoff to Humbert rather.
Matteo Humpert, the ball carrier.
Mateo with about a gain of about 3 or so. Again, in that same wing T formation, they can do a lot out of this. And this time it's a pitch outside, and it is wide open. Gonna get a first down and then some, but met at the outside by Mr. Carpenter.
First down for Adams.
Brings up a new set of downs for Adams Highlanders. 1st and 10. Again with, it looks like, Nolan Ferris in at QB. He hands off to the Mighty Mouse, Mateo Humbert.
Humbert, the ball carrier. Carpenter and Cochran on the stop. Second down.
Crowd kind of quiet. If you're just joining us, Adams is down by 3 to our Wildcats, up 6-3. With about 6.5 minutes left. And we got a end around, a reverse, if you will, all the way to the top side of your screen. Tommy Ofer on that carry. Gain of around 10.
Result of the play will be a first down for Adams.
Two backs in the backfield for Adams. That's going to be Battershell and Humbert's back there. Battershell is senior coming in at 5'10". Of course, Humbert we've talked about, a senior as well. Offer in the motion across the formation. Sweep out to Mateo. He's going to get pushed out of bounds, but not before he gains about around we'll call it 4 yards. We'll bring up 2nd and 6.
Second down.
Again, going back to that kind of old school Adams Highlanders wing T. Going to be a trap back up the middle, and thankfully tripped up by Tabert initially, and then I think Carpenter might have got his hand in there as well. Very lucky, because if they don't, that is probably 6 for Adams. Trips right. One running back to Ferris's right. And of course, you have Connor Helfrich at the bottom of your screen. Having an RPO there, but Humbert just bullying his way for an 8-yard gain. Tabert again on the tackle for the Wildcats. Play call in from the sideline. Ferris with the fake, looking deep, looking middle of the field, and he's just overthrown by just a hair. Johnson in the coverage. That was intended for Cameron Dawood, a junior. And of course, we love that big third down call from JR, what he's known for. And truthfully, it is. It's a huge third down. You stop them here, you make them kick a field goal in the pistol formation with an up back. And that is just a give and an easy first down for the Highlanders.
Humbert, the ball carrier.
Put his head down and got a gain of about 6.
First down, Highlanders.
3 minutes and 43 seconds left in the half already. Very quick game. Minimal stoppage of play. You have Lachlan Tillotson as the up back. Then you also have Cameron Dawood, and you have Tommy Offer all over here, closest to you. And of course, the muscle, Humbert, in the backfield. Dawood in motion, roll out by Ferris. He's looking deep, he's got a man, but overthrows. Had a man open in the flat, that would have been Dawood.
Ferris's pass is incomplete.
His initial pass was intended for Helfrich, number 8, a junior for the Highlanders. Hopefully, folks, we'll be able to figure out what's going on technical difficulty-wise and get you up and ready for the second half. Fingers crossed. No promises, but fingers crossed here. Run pass option. Ferris gives.
Humbert, the ball carrier.
Humbert a gain of around 5.
Tackle made by Hunter Dean. Brings up third down. It's third down.
Big third down here. Give to Humbert, who lunges forward and stretches the arm out. It is right at the yardsticks, and they're going to wave him forward for first down.
Result of the play is a Highlander first down.
First and 10, not quite first and goal. We're going to get a stoppage of play here. The first timeout called by Adams.
Their first time out. The Oxford Varsity Golf Team will compete in the MHSAA Girls Regionals on Monday. And they go to Prestwick Village Golf Course.
Thank you so much to our sponsors tonight, providing you coverage of the Oxford Community Television. Oxford Varsity Football, brought to you by Barron Industries. Barron, been around for over 100 years. Incredible, regardless of what you're doing. I don't know, maybe you're making Gumbies, maybe you're stamping signs, car parts. Regardless of what you're doing, being around for 100 years and doing the same thing is quite impressive.
You don't need your debit card or a PIN number to use it.
Humbert, the lone running back. You also have Paxton Battershell as the lone up back. Still no sign of Ryland Waters, I'm sorry. We have Nolan Ferris in. He turns and gives to Humbert.
Humbert on the carry.
There's just not been an answer for him. He
Defensive line of
is
the Wildcats.
incredibly strong. At all of 5'9", 200 pounds, there is a lot of muscle on that kid's frame.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for our cheerleaders.
And running this no huddle is definitely, defense has been on the field a very long time as we tick down close to the minute left. Would be surprised if we saw a pass here. Gotta think it's gonna be a give, and it is to Humbert. Dean Rice came across and almost had him in the backfield, but he's gonna scamper in for 6.
Into the end zone for the Highlanders.
So close to having a tackle for a loss. Just wasn't able to wrap him up. Kick is up, right through the middle of the uprights.
Making your score, Highlanders 10, Wildcats 6. We would like to wish the Oxford girls and boys cross country teams the very best as they compete in the Oakland County Championships tomorrow morning. These races will take place at Kensington Metro Park. Go get them, Wildcat runners.
Second quarter of the Adams and Oxford game, about 60 seconds left. Plenty of time to drive down the field. Got all 3 timeouts. Only down by 4. You get the ball back at the half. If you're able to get down and score some way, somehow, would be pretty impressive. Kick is going to be out of bounds. That is costly because that's going to bring the ball out to, I want to say, the 40. Of course, we'll accept that penalty gladly.
Kick out of bounds.
Costly mistake by Adams Special Teams. But it looks like they're going to make him re-kick. And I feel like they're probably going to have it at they're going to kick from the 30. Oxford is going to take that penalty of 5 yards back. We'll be kicking from their 35.
Emma Chamberlain, please come to the press box. Emma Chamberlain.
Squibbed. Oh, he could have left it. Champagne picks it up. He is tackled by Tommy Offer at the 31-yard line. 4.3 seconds clicked off for that play. Clock should start. Clock should start at the snap of the ball. Gotta think any passes are gonna be towards the sideline. Adams knows that. They're gonna play probably a cover 3 here, maybe cover 4 in their 3-5 or 3-4 hybrid defense. It's a handoff to Luke Johnson. He's got space. He's gonna run down the sideline, be forced out for about a 14-yard gain. 49.6 on the clock, but that stops it. We gained 14 yards on each play and only tick off about 5 to 6 seconds. You got plenty of time. Anything up the middle, obviously you're able to use your timeout. Getting into field goal range will probably have to be somewhere between the 30 and 35, so we're only in roughly 20 yards away from that point. Highlanders are going to take a timeout. So we can take that moment to thank Barron Industries. They're the reason we're able to bring you coverage of Oxford Varsity Football. Been around for 100 years. Incredible. Thank you so much, Barron Industries. We greatly appreciate it. We couldn't be here streaming on Oxford Community Television without you. Much appreciated.
The 24th Street Tavern in downtown Oxford is a proud sponsor of Oxford Athletic. The kitchen is open till 11 on weekends. Enjoy some quality comfort food at 24th
Timeout's going to come, or we're going to come out of this timeout. You've got Champagne and Carpenter, Dean Rice, and Katie. So you got 2 tight ends in the game, 2 receivers, of course, Luke Johnson. Dean will serve sometime as a fullback. Everybody out there, though, great hands. Doesn't matter. Going to come out of the shotgun with Luke Johnson to the right. They're going to shift over Dean Rice and Katie. That's a give right up the middle, but it is met. Henry Hiddle on that initial contact, I believe it was. That's going to bring Oxford's first time out of the first half.
Timeout, Oxford. Please reset the game clock to 45.3.
We add some time on the clock, thankfully. Offense is ready to rock and roll. Katie in motion to the left side. Coming back to the bottom of your screen. Hendricks rolling out. He's looking, connects with Champagne, who is out of bounds, and the referee will signal.
The number 9, Jake Champagne. Result of the play is a ball kick.
Jake Champagne on his second reception of the evening. I think, not sure, the clock continues to run.
Timeout, Oxford. Their second.
Not really sure why we took time out there. Looked like he was going to be out of bounds. But forward progress may have been where he was not out of bounds just yet. So that clock would keep rolling. In that instance, Oxford takes the timeout. .2 seconds left in the second quarter. Adams up 10, Oxford to 6. Havelock and Carpenter closest to you, and you have Champagne split out to wide left. O'Neill in the backfield, or I'm sorry, Johnson in the backfield. Hendricks does a great job avoiding pressure. He's rolling out right and is just going to pitch it all into the out of bounds, or the Adams sideline rather, as incomplete. Very smart play. It allows your clock to stop, as well as gives you no opportunity for an interception. Now, I wish we could be live for you guys right now. It's been a great game so far. Again, hoping that we can get the technical difficulties figured out by halftime so we can have you guys join us. Katie has the tight end to the left with Dean Rice down. He's in motion to the right side. This is going to be a play action. He's in the pocket, steps up. A beautiful ball downfield for Katie, and it is broken up beautifully by Connor Helfrich. In and out of the hands of Katie, but great defensive back pressure, who comes up limping. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm looking at that and seeing that he's hurt. We're going to go right back to that same exact play or something similar to test that knee or ankle injury on number 8. It's the little things that you got to notice. Adams does come out in like almost a 3-5 or a 3-4 defense. No man. Led by a nose tackle who's 6'4", a shortly thrown ball, unfortunately, will bring up 4th down. And this try, if they keep it on the field, that ball was just simply underthrown, unfortunately. The route was there, coverage was there. Katie's going to trot back on the field as if we're going to try what will be a, let's see. This is going to be a 58-yard field goal, 59-yard field goal, I'm sorry. $59-yard field goal. 59-yard field goal from Katie.
Adams. That's our last timeout of the half.
Katie taking some practice kicks out there. Before the game, he was hitting them from 55. 55, folks. That's incredible as a high school kicker, let alone anything close. This kid's got room to spare as well. It's the reason why he's going to be playing on Saturdays, and it's going to be for this try right here. He's looking at around 59 yards. Going to be wild. Out of the timeout that we called, Highlanders ready to rock and roll. Same with Wildcats. $19 seconds to go. I don't think we see a Mark D'Antonio Sparty Notre Dame call here. I think Coach Lyon is going to trust his kicker, puts this very close to the uprights. Kick is up, and it is wide left, ladies and gents, and short, unfortunately. Even if it had the leg, I think it would have been wide left. That's going to tick off about 5 seconds. 14 seconds left in the half. Ooh. Can hear the student section from Adams chanting overrated Mr. Katie. I can tell you, Adams student section, you are very wrong. Very, very wrong. Adams is just going to take a knee, it appears. That is exactly what they do. That's going to take us right to half. Oxford Community Television coverage of the Oxford Varsity Football only brought to you by Barron Industries. Barron, been around for 100 years. That is 10 decades, folks. Yes, I can do some simple math. That equals a 100. And this time we're going to kind of give it over to the Oxford marching band and the dance team. They've got a great halftime show for you, and we'll work through our technical difficulties, hopefully get our live stream up and running. Fingers crossed.
Your attention to midfield for your Oxford High School varsity dance team.
Does that suffer that sad? It's like,
Yeah, it's almost like.
Question me how you feel about this. But it couldn't be boy, you just this. My own girl and I my own views. Specifically in relationships.
talk to you.
The shoes on my feet, the clothes I'm wearing, the ride still driving. 'Cause that depends on me. If I want the watch you're wearing, the house I live in, the car I'm driving. I depend on me. Tell me how you feel about this. Without if I won't we're talking about I said you and I get easy they put it in the ocean. I feel like it's always that I brought. Taking on the glass and give you in the one. You're gonna damage you rich and you want. I'm gonna never give you what you want. The shoes on my feet, the clothes I'm wearing, the ride I'm riding. 'Cause I depend on me. If I want it, the watch you're wearing, the house I live in, the car I'm driving. I depend on me. I depend on me.
Give it up for the Oxford High School varsity dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the field your 2024 Oxford Wildcat Marching Band. Tonight, under the direction of drum majors Cole Diedeker, Olivia Graft, Caden Adams, and Sarah Gibbons, we will feature musical soloists Trinity White, Cole Jacob, Ronnie Woltman, and Brianna Welp, with color guard soloist Miranda Morin, as the Wildcat Band proudly presents the music of Mortal Beloved, the music of Beethoven. Drum majors, is your band ready?
No, you're fine, Will.
The field is yours in halftime performance.
It's a lot better. Yeah. I seen you. I was looking. I was looking at it. I didn't want to stop the little game.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
I was
you're
with
the
those
main
things, I'm
camera.
like,
Right, and you're the main one too. So as soon as I was like, oh, this is practical.
And then I go to try and push through. I was like, oh, it'll be quick.
Tuesday. We're trying. Yeah, I did post on our YouTube page, on our Facebook page that we're working on it, but we're trying. I think it's an upgrade system. We are so trying. I'm glad that everyone's like, where's our live stream? So I can go back to my boss and say, see how important our live streams really are? They really are.
Yeah, this one
we're trying.
I love the feedback. Yeah. What's happening? Where are you guys?
We're 1,000 meters every
You need to go 100 on here immediately, and that fluctuates, right? So,
1,000 for us, about
the same.
1,000 is on game by the time we get back by Monday. So it's important.
And it's you get to
yeah, it's a hot spot in there.
do like finally get home to watch it and I go to OC.
No, you can go for free.
Yep.
It's totally free.
You do not have to do that on my site.
Yeah, no, you ain't nothing.
On the tank buckles. I don't know how you do it. That would be kind of gets the win. All right, 25 turn away there. In a minute. We're either going to be able, it's either going to be, it's finally about you.
Give it up for your 2024 Oxford Wildcat Marching Band. The band starts their scholastic competition season tomorrow at Troy, Athens. Best of luck.
Barron Industries, located right here in Oxford, Michigan, is celebrating over 100 years of metal casting excellence in serving many of the world's leading manufacturing companies that rely on Barron Industries for turnkey solutions for many of the most complex and safety-critical industries. Since 1983, Barron Industries has been a trusted partner to the world's leading aerospace and defense companies. Barron Industries, proud sponsor of Oxford Football.
Welcome back to Oxford Wildcat Stadium. Wildcats set to kick off. Katie back to kick, giving the ball back to Adams after that tough half. If you're just joining us, the Wildcats come in with a 3-2 record, of course coached by former Oxford Wildcat himself, Zach Line. Played a few years in the NFL, and now back coaching his hometown squad. Absolutely incredible. Couple keys to tonight's game. Adams does run a cover 3, so those seam routes that we like to run with the tight end, seam routes being just a straight go route from their tight end position down either the sideline or the hash mark. Those are going to be wide open in this cover 3 defense. Adams is going to come in here with a spread offense, but they're going to run it out of the spread. And that is going to come right through Mateo Humbert. Turn a quick screen play out to number 5. I believe that Tommy Offer on the reception.
Complete to Offer.
Offer with a 5-yard gain.
Second down.
He fell forward for a few extra. Initial contact was right around a 3-yard gain, but stretched out that 6-foot frame for another couple yards. You have Dawood, Tillotson, and Offer all on the left side of your screen. Nobody in the backfield until Humbert is. Oh, and that is an absolutely massive sack. Number 4. Got to bring up 2nd and long. I'm sorry, no. 3rd and long. Because you can't not hear JR's big 3rd down call. Even in our mics, I'm sure you guys can hear that. Still in our base 4-3 defense. Adams getting the play call from the sideline. There's no huddle. Shotgun snap. Ferris again sacked. Of course, Reed Switkowski, the senior D tackle. Absolutely perfect timing. Something we needed big there. That's going to bring the punt team on for the Highlanders. I don't think you see maybe a too aggressive of a call like maybe Dan Campbell would with a fake here. It's going to be just straight away. Of course it is, but there's a flag on the field. Potentially encroachment or maybe false start. And that is going to take the Highlanders back 5 yards, which puts the punter dangerously close to his end zone. We were in a punt safe formation. Would say we'd probably stay in that, but also wouldn't be surprised to bring some pressure off the edge either. A block punt here would be a huge turn in momentum. That ball is going to roll just inside the 50-yard line where it is down by Adams. Jack Hendricks and the Wildcat offense is going to come out, try and put some points on the board here. Unlike Adams, a no-huddle offense. We are very old school, if you will. Hendricks coming over to get the play call from Coach Line each time. 1st and 10, handoff to you-know-who, Luke Johnson, but a flag immediately, most likely going to be a hold call. Could be a face mask too, but of course indicating hold call. Liam O'Neill off the field along with Katie. You have Carpenter and Andrew Barrett checking in. That backs the Wildcats up 10 yards. It is now 1st and 20. Drive killers, penalties every time, whether it's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th down. Never a good time for an offensive penalty. Hendricks gives, turns to Johnson, gives it up the middle. We're bringing up 2nd and call it maybe 19 there. 18 maybe.
Liam kind of on the tackle, 2nd down.
You can't say enough about this kid, Luke Johnson, an absolute workhorse. Last week, carrying the ball 15 times, 130 yards. Pretty good average yards per carry if you do some simple math. Second and long. Hendricks rolling out to his right. Tugged down, and that ball is thankfully on the turf and not in a Highlander defender hands. Going to bring up third and long. Already showed the play action there with that, so you would think that you're going to come out and maybe some sort of spread. You'd love to see maybe a little bit of a screen. You think that Adams is going to bring some sort of pressure. Only with their 3 down linemen as opposed to the 5 backers, or maybe even like a nickel back in there. Trips formation to the right. O'Neal, Carpenter, pressure to Jack, and he is sacked, unfortunately.
Hendricks brought down in the backfield.
That's a big sack, and that is a 3 and out for your Wildcats, unfortunately. They are going to have to punt the ball. This late in the game, you were hoping for them to be able to put something together. But you got one of the best kickers in Oakland County, heck, maybe even in the state, with Katie. Only has shanked, at least the coverage that we've seen, he's only shanked 1. This punt here is a beauty. It's going to get a decent bounce, and Highlanders are going to decide to return it. Gain of about 15 or so.
Cam Dowd on the return.
Dean Rice leading the tackle. Brings the Wildcat defense back out on the field, hoping for some sort of turnover or simple 3 and out to get this offense the ball back. Ferris at the quarterback position still, with Humbert behind him. The give to Humbert along the right side of that offensive line, maybe between the guard and the tackle, with not much room at all. He lowers his shoulder for a gain of, we'll call it 2 or 3. Adams used to be a very much so a run-heavy, pass-later style offense, and now it seems almost a flip. But so far this game, they've relied on number 13, Mighty Mouse, who has it around the corner, but it is stopped for maybe a yard of a gain. That'll bring up third, and we'll call it medium, 3rd and 6 or so.
On the tackle.
Highlanders getting the play call from their signal caller on the sideline. Adjusting formation. You got Offer and Tillotson down on the bottom of your screen. Tillotson split wide left, and Offer is motioning in towards the middle of the formation. Now to the wing T formation. Ferris with a little RPO. Give down the sideline, and it is caught. Caught by Helfrich. He had that big pass breakup against Katie down on the sideline. Was in a pretty good position to intercept him with some good hand fighting by both offensive and defensive players. Led that to an incomplete pass. Twins to the left. Battershell motioning to the right side. Motions back left. Fair still in the shotgun. Give to Humbert. He follows Battershell up to the middle, and slew of Wildcats in on the tackle. Of course, Luke Johnson in there. No surprise there whatsoever. A gain of 4. an injured Wildcat on the field. We're going to take that time to say thank you again to Barron Industries. Barron allowing us to cover Oxford Varsity Football, Oxford Community Television YouTube live stream. They've been around 100 years in the industry. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Barron Industries, for sponsoring us, allowing us to bring you guys the game every Friday night. Trying to get an eye on who it is down there. It is Reed Siskowski, a senior defensive tackle. Hopefully it's a cramp, something. He got up pretty quickly and jogged off the field. Greeted by one of his assistant coaches. From an offensive coordinator standpoint, you gotta think that, maybe there's a kid that isn't getting a whole lot of playing time and going to be in place. Can we exploit that in some way? Little do they know, we are pretty deep when it comes to defensive linemen on the depth chart. Kid the next guy just steps up and makes a play. Counter. Counter.
Cam Dawood, the ball carrier.
Dawood, number 2 on the carry.
Andrew Barrett on
with Barrett on the tackle. We'll bring up 3rd and short. Tillotson at the bottom of your screen. Ferris looks to the sideline, but it is a fake, a running back direct snap where they are going to just inch forward. Looked like it could have been marked either side of that first down marker, but referees are going to favor the Highlanders on that call and give them another set of downs. Highlanders appear ready to go. Twins to the left, single receiver to the right, offer in motion. Battleshell on the jet sweep motion and a very quick tackle. Seth Tabor coming up from his safety position, reading that play the entire way. We'll bring up 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 7 on the after that short game by Battleshell. Ferris to the handoff of the counter around the edge and tripped up by Carpenter. Great job by Eli Carpenter. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10, folks. 3rd and 10. Third and 10. Of course, you got to hear JR. Big 3rd down here, folks. Ball's marked at the 40-yard line. Ferris out of the shotgun, trips to his right, Humbert on his left. The snap, give to Humbert over the right side. No, it is a keeper by Ferris. First time we've seen that, and he is absolutely obliterated for a gain of about 3, though. We'll bring back, bring up 4th and 7. Big, big, big fourth down here. Offer in motion. Humbert with protection. And that is a catch for a first down. Coverage was there, just a step behind was Carpenter. But that step was enough space for Ferris to feed in a great little pitch and catch. Highlanders get another set of first downs.
Humbert on the carry. Luke Johnson on the tackle. Brandon Becker, please come to the press box.
Smooth, short gain.
Please come to the press box.
Ferris not quite under center, but not quite. Shotgun, it's a running back direct snag to Humbert. We almost snipped out though.
Humbert on the carry.
Was met for all of maybe 3 yards initially, but
It's third down.
third down and short for the Highlanders. 2 backs in the backfield, which Battershell and Humbert. Gotta think they're gonna continue to give them the rock. They've been so solid so far tonight. 3rd and 1. Ferris, the snap, the give to Battershell along the left side, gain of 7. Will put the ball at the 9-yard line. Adams threatening once again. 13 seconds left in the third. That clock's gonna wind down and we're gonna see it flip to the other side of the field.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the third quarter.
End of the third quarter brings us a score of 10-6. Highlanders lead. Still lots of football left, folks, and the only way we're able to do that is by Barron Industries. Barron Industries, your Oxford Community Television sponsor, brings you coverage of the Oxford varsity football team every Friday night. They've been around 100 years and absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much to Barron Industries.
By one of our students, Nolan Messer, who will attempt a 35-yard field goal to win a prize of $250.
Oh, the kick is up. It is wide right, I think. Couldn't really tell. It looks like it was close to the uprights. Not sure if it went in.
Barron Industries, located right here in Oxford, Michigan, is celebrating over 100 years of metal casting excellence in serving many of the world's leading manufacturing companies that rely on Barron Industries for turnkey solutions for many of the most complex and safety-critical industries. Since 1983, Barron Industries has been a trusted partner to the world's leading aerospace and defense companies. Barron Industries, proud sponsor of Oxford Football.
Hello, this is Lomas Brown, ex-Detroit Lion, and you're watching OCTV. That's Oxford Community TV. Check it out.
Still having continue issues technically, but we're doing our best to work through them. Trying hard. This is where your defense is tested. What sort of grit do you have down here in your own territory trying to prevent a score from your Adams Highlanders? Ferris out by himself around the corner, and he scores, puts it in for 6.
Roland Ferris on the quarterback keeper into the end zone.
I'm going to try and do an update on our OBS studio and see if that helps. Not sure what was what the issue is on the field, but a stoppage of play in some way. Kick is up, and kick is good. That puts it into obviously a 2-possession game. Got to think that Coach Lyon is going to look into the playbook, talking to his players, making sure that they know, hey, we got to dig deep here. Down by 2 scores. Plenty of time, though, so it means your defense is going to have to help you out dramatically. Something they really haven't been able to do is have an answer for number 13, Humbert. He's just been able to run quite literally all over the field, unfortunately.
Take place during the week of October 14th. Those games will be played at Davidson High School. Continued success for our soccer team. Also, the Oxford volleyball program will play 3 league matches at Berkeley on Tuesday evening. Those matches will be at 5:30 for the freshmen and JV at Varsity at 7. We wish the best to our volleyball program.
Early in the week, your Oxford Wildcats soccer team, I believe, won. No, they lost, I'm sorry, for the first time this season, lost 2-0 to Troy. They are still 12-1-5, though. Very impressive record. They were going to be actually closing out the season already, regular season, obviously. This Wednesday coming up against Flint Powers Catholic. The kick out to Champagne, who takes it from the 7. He's got a little bit of room. Puts his head down for some more yardage. Is going to give the varsity football team of Oxford starting point around the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Pass complete out to Carpenter. Gain of about 8.
Hedrick's pass is complete to Eli Carpenter. Battershaw on the tackle, 2nd down.
Big play by Luke Johnson.
Johnson on the carry. Bobby over on the stop. Now before another 24th Street walk hit. 1st down.
Oh my goodness, we are finally up and running. It only took almost 3.5 quarters. Of course, we've had, man, holy technical difficulties, but we are here finally. Fake to Carpenter, he's looking deep. He's got Johnson on the sideline. He's at the 5 to 10. Touchdown, Wildcats. Touchdown, Wildcats. So cool. Mr. Katie out. No, I would assume we go for 2 here. And Jack and the offense are on the field. Of course we're going to go for 2. Man, this has been a long time coming. And just incomplete, unfortunately.
Falls incomplete, intended for 3
A little bit of a trickery there.
Your score, Wildcats 12, Adams 17.
Man, we have worked behind the scenes a whole lot. If you're just joining us, which I'm sure you all are, we've just got this stream up and running. Your Oxford Wildcats are down 12-17 against the Adams Highlanders. They come in with a 4-1 record. Last time we beat them, they also came in 4-1. Coach Petrito is their head coach. Been with the Adams Highlanders since 2003. Immediately took them to a state championship in 2003 and won it. He's a 5-time MMHS FCA Regional Coach of the Year 2003 through 2005, 2007, 2013. Needless to say, the guy knows how to play some football, or rather coach some football. Averaged 41 points a game last season. High-powered offense. Katie with the kick. And number 2, Cameron DeWood to receive. Tried to jump up and grabbed it, but was not able to. Something we incorporated because a lot of you asked for it. Simply ask and you shall receive. Scoreboard, ladies and gents. The scoreboard. Work out some more technical difficulties, but for now, it'll do. No clock on there yet. Maybe somewhere in the near future. Adams is going to come out in a spread offense. Their starting quarterback, Rylan Waters, has not been in the game since the first quarter. Handoff to Humbert, Mateo Humbert, at 5'8", 200 pounds, a gain of 15. The Wildcats just have not had an answer for this player yet. He is just a little ball of muscle. Doesn't matter who hits him, how many Wildcats hits him, the kid just keeps running. Maybe Forrest Gump is a better nickname for him than Mighty Mouse. Ferris in almost a pistol formation, a split back. You have Paxton Battershell and Mateo Humbert. It is a quick screen pass out to the left, and that is caught by Offer and a gain of 8, maybe even 9. 2nd and 1 upcoming.
Tommy Oakland on the reception from Ferris. He Rice on the tackle. 2nd down.
Highlanders run a no huddle offense. They go for they look to the sideline each time for their play call, and then they go to it. This is a classic Adams look, and that's going to be a counter to Wood up the middle. Sometimes they pull the fullback or the guard on that play. Sometimes they don't. Gain of about, we'll call it 6 inches there. Brings up 3rd and very short. Ferris, a junior, in there at quarterback. Offer to his left, a Wood to his left. Humbert in the backfield. Bunch formation, it almost looked like a false start. Humbert, though, is going to cross that first down marker and move the sticks forward another 10 yards.
Brought down by the defense of the Wildcats. Ball to the field, first down.
I bring up another first down for the Wildcat, or for the Highlanders, rather. To the bottom of your screen, you have Lack Tillotson and Tommy Offer in that slot position. Ferris with the snap. The give to Humbert around the left. He is met immediately by, I want to say, Seth Tabor, and it is Seth Tabor leading the team right now with tackles. He's been all over the field defensively. Our defense has been on the field a lot, so we're going to need some time. Need to have less time take off the clock there if we want to be able to make a comeback here. Every single play being so crucial. Double wing play. Oh, we got a flag on the field. I'm going to say probably false start. Fingers crossed it's on Adams. And that is a false start on the offense. So good to see. And if you're just joining us, we have a much smaller crew. No play-by-play guy, just me. And a handful of extra cameras, some of them unmanned, some of them not. Humbert around the left side and tackled. We're gonna say, who was that? I say Nolan Cumbie, number 76. It is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we got a pink out game, cheerleaders in pink bows and pink palms. Some of the athletes on the field in pink socks, pink gloves, pink tape. Gotta love it. Big third down. Ferris in the backfield, drops back. He's looking to run, does, and is dropped short of the first down marker. No inclination of the Adams team putting their punt team on the field.
Garrett, Tabor, and Johnson on the tackle. It's fourth down.
Ferris getting the play call from the sideline. Tillotson and Offer, the two receivers closest to you at the bottom of the screen. Humbert in the backfield and Ferris at quarterback. You have Braxton Battershell motioning to the left. And that's going to be timeout Adams. We're going to take all of maybe 10 seconds here to kind of say, hey, from a guy you may recognize, one and only Lomas Brown.
It's always a good time to work with athletes who are striving to get to the next level, but it's an even better experience to work with athletes who are part of the Oxford community. As a health coach athlete trainer at Oxford High School, we have unprecedented access to top positions and PTs for high school. We are recognizing student athletes' injuries, getting them into specialists, and starting physical therapy to over 48 hours. They're competing at the highest level, and they're striving to maintain championships and we're helping make that possible.
Big fourth down here. 4th and 1. Ferris trying to hard count our Wildcats. Give to Humbert. No, I'm sorry. Battershell, who had a hole the size of just a semi-truck to get through. Clock continues to tick down around the 5-minute mark now. Ferris in the backfield, takes a snap, gives to Humbert along the left side. Met by a slew of Wildcats, led there by Andrew Barrett. Stoppage of play of some sort, my guess. Just a guess, timeout Wildcats. Timeout Wildcats. We're gonna pause just a few seconds to say thank you to Barron Industries, been around 100 years. If you're just joining us, we've had an incredible time getting this up and running, but the crew believed and we made it happen. And man, have we had a pretty solid broadcast so far. Yes, it's fourth quarter rather. Oxford's down 12-17. Adams with the ball and driving. 2nd and long with Tillotson to the left side. Twins left, bunch right, and little miscommunication, but still able to get the ball off. Ball is out! Another timeout by the Wildcats. Timeout by the Wildcats. They really haven't had an answer just yet for Humbert. You guys, again, thank you so much for joining the stream. It's been a heck of an evening trying to get this up and running, but Humbert has been just an absolute force that the Wildcats haven't figured out how to stop just yet. Not sure if it means to overload one side defensively, but then they just run it to the other side, so you got to stay in your base defense. And they're just not able to come up with an answer just yet. There's still time on the clock. We're down by 5, just over 4 minutes left. Anything can happen. Game of inches, 3rd down and long here. Kind of need a good stop on 2 back-to-back plays. Fingers crossed. Maybe there's a little bit of a miscommunication on the offensive side. We're able to make things happen. Humbert, nope. Ferris, met for a loss of 1. You have Liam O'Neill and Seth Tabert on the tackle. 2 seniors saying, hey, we're gonna gut it out. We're gonna go get this one. Made a great tackle out in open space. Wildcats will use their last timeout. Been one heck of a game. Time to put back on the clock at 4:04. Dragon fan Tim checking in. Thank you so much. Jim Hughes, you're watching on the big screen at WWJ Studios. Thanks. Love it. Detroit on deck. I know who you are. Appreciate you chiming in. Scores from around the league, 28-28. Lake Orion, West Bloomfield. A lot closer score than I thought it would be. West Bloomfield did not look very good against this Adams team earlier in the season. They did fall to Adams. Not really a disciplined team, and that's where we go next week. Crowd is into it right now. Quick motion across the formation is Tillotson. Snapped. Middle of the field is caught by Carpenter. Intercepted. This is what we needed right here, folks. This is what we needed right here. Right here is what we need. A big defensive stop. An interception by Carpenter. We take the ball on the 25 with just under 4 minutes to play. This could be it, folks. Get ready for a wild ride. It's coming up. Dragon fan Tim. I love it. Thanks for the update. Clarkston up 36-0 over Troy Athens in a OAA crossover game, I would assume. Jack in trouble. He's looking. Champagne came back to him, though. He's completed it. Gonna be pickup of maybe 5 on that play. Huge hit, though. Champagne's able to come up. Seems healthy. Not too groggy. Right back into the huddle. Champagne's had a number of passes thrown his way. Jack's been under pressure a lot, and that's going to be from Kawa, the senior nose tackle. Comes in at 6'4", 288. A catch from Katie, the first catch of the night for him, is good enough for a first down. He checks out and Pavlak checks in. Big plays here. Comeback Cats is right. Oh no. Hendricks is able to scamper around the edge, and he is pushed out. Minimal gain, if any. You can see even though Adams' defense has not been on the field much at all tonight, quite a few players, hands on their hips, kind of gasped for air. Gotta keep that foot on the gas, Coach Line, and try and drive down the field, get these Highlanders tired out even more. Johnson lined up at the tight end position. Katie as an up back. Big shift here. Johnson in the backfield. It's a pass. Quick pass over to Champagne, who is dragged out right at the first down marker, and they're going to give it to him. The far side judge says no. The closest one says yes, and he's motioning to first down, and that's going to be a first down, folks. That's a great job. Champagne knowing where the sticks were to get out. Gotta expect to see that we continue to go to the air here, but is the defense also looking for that and wondering, kind of scratching our heads, all right, how do you not account for Luke Johnson in the backfield, who has been not very active tonight? Huge play. Dean Rice down the side there in the middle of the field. Up that seam route, just like I talked about earlier. Cover 3. Those seam routes are going to be there because the deep corner and deep safety. We are knocking on the doorstep, folks. We saw that same play go for 6 against Lake Orion. Lake Orion bit so hard on the play action that there was no one in sight. Luke Johnson in the backfield. shifted Rice and Katie to the left side. That's going to be a run to the weak side of the formation. Johnson still driving his feet for a gain of 3. Met in the backfield, would have been a loss of 1, but continued to drive his feet and got 3. 2 minutes coming up. Just under 2 minutes to play. If you're just joining us, thank you so much. Thank you so much for our sponsor tonight, Barron Industries. Oxford Community Television, only able to do this coverage of the varsity football game because of the Barron Industries. Hendricks in the shotgun, completed the champagne. He is dragged out of bounds right at the 10. Unfortunately, though, forward progress was marked, and that is not going to stop the clock. We're at 1:32 and counting. Hendricks under center. He gives to Johnson. Johnson around the right side, up the middle, dragged down by the entire Highlander defense. You got to think that he is just pumped up. He wants to lead this team to victory as much as we are up here. And you got Andrew Barrett checking in. Sometimes he runs in there as a fullback or an up back. So you got to think that we're going to go to Johnson here. And it's going to be a timeout by the Adams Highlanders, and rightfully so. They've been on their heels this entire drive. Folks, when you get an interception, not only is that crucial in any part of the game, but late in the game, you're down by 5. Your defense comes up big, and we are right there knocking on a doorstep of 6 points. Of course, tonight, even though we just started I think it was 6 minutes ago, the only way we were able to be here is because of our sponsor, Barron Industries, giving you coverage from Oxford Community Television of the Oxford Varsity Football game every Friday night, unless there's some crazy technical difficulty, of course, but we've got it here. Trips left, almost trips left, sorry. You got Katie and Pavlok. Watch for a drag across the middle and a rollout. Oh, it's Katie. Oh no, he's got to get rid of it. Oh, very, very close. Tried a little trickery, kind of Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown to Jared Goff-esque. Very, very tight. You do that on the weak side of the field. By no means am I some offensive guru by any means, but that's a ballsy call on the hash. But I do like it because of the fact that they're not expecting it. They only had enough penetration to get to Katie just barely. Luke Johnson, the backfield, he gets the handoff, but he is met in the backfield for a loss of a yard. And that's going to bring up third and goal, I believe. Third and goal. Injured Oxford Wildcat on the field. Never like to see it. You never do. But it is a stoppage of play. I don't think it would be a 10-second runoff at this point. Adams comes in tonight 4-1. Had a huge win over Lake Orion last week, 28-25. Oxford, obviously, big win in the OAA crossover to the white division with the Rochester Falcons. Went into their house, stuck it to them, 28-10. I think something like 70-plus offensive plays, just an incredible amount of plays you don't typically see on a high school game. Regardless, Oxford comes out there with a win, improves to 3-2 coming into tonight, averaging, let's see what my sheet says, averaging 23.6 offensively and only giving up 16.8. Simple math there says you're probably winning some football games. And whichever Oxford Wildcat football player just got up off the field. Who is this? Hard to say. I've not seen a number yet. It is Luke Johnson, folks. That's why everyone was so quiet. I mean, it was, you could have heard a pin drop. And Luke Johnson gingerly walking off the field, thankfully under his own power, but just barely. Really gritting it out. You have Tabor in the backfield. Gosh, we hope he's okay. Tabor in the backfield. Champagne and Pavlok to the left. Timeout. Timeout Adams. They did not like whatever we had planned. Just did not like it at all. We're going to pause 10 seconds for a station identification.
Southwest Physical Therapy and Medical Fitness Center in Oxford is a proud provider of outstanding athletic training services for Oxford athletics. Southwest has an Oxford location located on the pier road.
Not sure if any of you guys recognize that gentleman. If you did, let us know in the chat. Got the fight song starting here. Wildcats taking the field. Red Wings up 2-0. Hendricks around the edge and tackled, unfortunately, just short. Gonna have holding, though, on the Wildcats. This is a big decision by the head coach. Do you take the penalty or do you not? Do you push him back? Holding penalty, and Luke is still trying to work through whatever injury. Man, he is, you said it, Dave, he is heart and soul of this offense and defense. Playbook kind of gets interesting, I'm sure, because you go from having a kid that absolutely just is able to pound the rock for you. This is going to bring up third, and if you had a first down at the goal line, it'd be 3rd and 18, but it is 3rd and goal, folks. 37 seconds left. Hendricks drop back to pass. He's looking for Katie on the right. Or Champagne, and he scores! Touchdown Wildcats to his favorite receiver. Tonight is Champagne. There is a referee conversation happening, though. And they signal touchdown. It's official, folks. Your Wildcats have gone up 18-17 with 28.1 seconds to play. Man, I am shaking up here. We've had so many games that have come that have been, you know, either it's pretty much solidified at this point, but we've had one, of course, being the Lake Orion game. Field goal late, missed, win. Wildcats now setting up for a 2-point conversion. Looked like Luke Johnson tried to come back onto the field, but Coach Klein was like, no, sir, we will make this happen. Hendricks tries to get out of the pocket, but he is taken down by Humberts, number 13. That makes it 18-17, folks. 28.1 seconds left. There's no way the Highlanders don't go to the air. You got to think Katie's going to kick it deep. Thank goodness the audio did come back just in time. Holy moly. Wow, 35-35 at West Bloomfield. West Bloomfield's a program that continues to produce D1 athlete after D1 athlete. Was a handful of them on that national championship team of the Michigan Wolverines. Edwards, Samaj Morgan, Mir Herring, just to name a few from the school around the block, essentially. You gotta wonder, do you squib kick it here or do you kick it deep? I feel like in the first quarter, the kickoff was a squib kick. They were able to stop him around the 26. I would assume you kick it deep. You don't let him have the chance to return. Katie with the kick. And it is an absolute laser to DeWood. DeWood brings it up. He brings it along the left side and is tackled at the 24-yard line where Highlanders offense will take over. Jim on air at WWJ, thank you so much for chiming in, much appreciated. Number 10, Ryland Waters, their starting quarterback, has not been in since the first quarter. Kid comes in at 6'3", 210, just a phenomenal athlete. But since then, we've had Nolan Ferris, a junior, in at QB. Humberton to his left. I'm sorry, Humbert split out to his right, and you have what looks like DeWood in the backfield. Far side field, he's looking left quick, and it's a hook and ladder. But he is pushed out of bounds. DeWood with the on the reception of the hook and ladder. It is a first down. Brings it up to the 44, it looks like. 44, 13.1 seconds left.
Please put 15.2.
15.2 is going to be put back on the clock. 15.2. Crowd doesn't like it, but it is the right call. You really hear this crowd kind of getting into it. Pass is incomplete, out of bounds with 10.2 seconds to go. Gonna have to take a shot deep downfield here, or that silly little hook and ladder play that they just did. Humbert's gonna probably stay in the backfield to help with any sort of pressure that Ferris gets. Ferris in the shotgun. He's flushed out, and it is going to be incomplete, and there's no one near him. How's it not intentional grounding? He's out. There's got to be intentional grounding. It's got to be intentional grounding, which is going to be a loss. There's no way that's not intentional grounding. Okay, all right. They said he was outside the pocket, and which is why there's not a intentional grounding. Folks, if you're just joining us, it is fourth quarter, 3.7 seconds. Oxford up 18-17. Last play of the game. Ferris with the snap. The look up the seam to Wood is going to be tackled. And that's the game, folks. Your Oxford Wildcats have stormed the field, and they have won the game. 18-17, your final score. An absolutely incredible game. This is the grit that we've talked about all year. No matter what, these Cats said, we are not giving up. We're not going to give up. We're going to figure out how to win this game, and that's exactly what they did. Got the ball back with around 4 minutes left, drove down the field, and put it in. Luke Johnson, man, he did not. I really hope that he is okay. Looked like he got injured there at the very end. Of course, the handshake. Wildcats improved to 4-2. Adams to 4-2 as well. An incredible night, to say the least. Thank you all so much for chiming in. Really, really appreciate it. Even though we started with just the fourth quarter, it's great to see you chimed in just in time. We could somehow, some way, OBS Studio and the live stream thought, all right, all we need to do is just start it at the 6-minute mark, and you guys get to see the best part of the game. Thank you so much for chiming in to Oxford Community Television live stream. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Barron Industries. Holy moly. Thank you, Barron Industries, for sponsoring our game tonight to be able to have coverage the Oxford varsity football team. A phenomenal win, a gutsy one, too. Oxford final score 18, Adams 17. Thank you so much, folks. You guys have a great night.
Barron Industries, located right here in Oxford, Michigan, is celebrating over 100 years of metal casting excellence in serving many of the world's leading manufacturing companies that rely on Barron Industries for turnkey solutions for many of the most complex and safety-critical industries. Since 1983, Barron Industries has been a trusted partner to the world's leading aerospace and defense companies. Barron Industries, proud sponsor of Oxford Football.